On May 5, 2005, AMSAT joined the celebration of Space Day at the Udvar-Hazy Center of the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum on the grounds of Dulles Airport in Washington. Volunteers from the Washington area, organized by AMSAT's Dr. Perry Klein, engaged the visiting school students with a look at the programs of AMSAT, including the construction of satellites and the ARIS program. The opening ceremony featured one of America's first astronauts and U.S. Senator John Glenn, who reminisced about his early days in the space program from under the wing of the Space Shuttle, now on display just in front of the AMSAT booth. Astronauts from the upcoming shuttle mission shared their enthusiasm for the ARIS program, which will put them in touch with school students all around the Earth.
I think it's a great opportunity to increase the connection between space and space station with people on ground. So, I mean, this additional benefits from this amateur radio is great. Absolutely.
I hope I get a chance to talk to people all around the world. Maybe somebody on every continent. It'll be my first time in space, and yeah, so absolutely.
Students marvel at the small CubeSat as well as the laser experiment demonstrated by AMSAT volunteers.
Right back at him. And then if I come up here, yeah, it's coming back at him. So if you put it against your black body over there, you can see it better.
The experiment involved a laser reflector mounted on the corner of a satellite that reflects back to Earth a laser directed at the satellite from here on Earth.
So if we shine a light at the satellite,
Frank Bauer, AMSAT Vice President of Human Spaceflight and NASA's Director of the ARIS program, illustrated how the astronauts mounted the ham radio antennas on the outside of the International Space Station during a spacewalk.
So, on spacewalks, if somebody was to
run into this,
float by it or something, and
it'll move.
They have
Visitors were fascinated by the static displays at the Smithsonian, which included a reproduction of Oscar I, as well as weight and structural test models of other AMSAT satellites. We wrapped up our visit to Space Day with a conversation with AMSAT's Frank Bauer, and we asked him just how important AMSAT was to the ARIS program.
AMSAT's absolutely critical in making this program a success. The AMSAT team brings in all the technical know-how to make these contacts successful at the schools. We have individuals that come into the school and work with the school to set up an amateur satellite station. We have mentors that work with those individuals at the school to make sure that the leadership team's informed. All of this is done in a volunteer setting, and it's the AMSAT volunteers that make it happen.
We were also interested in just what lie ahead for AMSAT and ARIS.
Well, that's an interesting question because we have a lot coming up here. Not only in the short term, where we're actually going to be launching slow-scan television equipment this year to allow school children to actually see pictures from the astronauts and send pictures up to the astronauts, similar to the pictures on cell phones. But we've got a big initiative that NASA's starting and the international community is getting involved in called the Exploration Initiative. This is the initiative to go to Moon and Mars and beyond. And AMSAT's going to be involved in that. The ARIS program is going to be involved in that. We have demonstrated to NASA and to the astronaut community the substantial benefits of having amateur radio on board vehicles that are up for a long time. The reason NASA's involved is because the reason NASA invests in this program is because they see that the astronauts need a psychological outlet, and the amateur radio system gives them that outlet twofold. It first allows them to be able to talk to anybody around the world. It also gives them the high, if you will, of being able to talk to children. And from a NASA perspective, being able to inspire the next generation of explorers is right along the mission of what NASA wants. So that is what the future is, going to the moon, going to Mars, and AMSAT and ARIS will be there.
It was an exciting day, and AMSAT North America was proud to be there for the celebration. And that's an AMSAT newsreel.